Sit your ass down and
Sit your ass down. Sit your $5 ass down before I make 10. Man, sit your ass down.
Yes, we back with this week's Sit Your Ass Down. We got a few for you. We're gonna have some fun with Sit Your Ass Down. So this is a Father's Day weekend. You can't have that, girl. Well, we gotta tell some people, hey, gotta calm down. You got too much dip on your chip. Believe me, you shot too far. Please sit your ass down. Come to the front of the congregation so we can tell you to sit your ass down. And the first person this week's sit your ass down on a Father's Day. Sit your ass down. Well, I don't want to just say just Father's Day, but it is Father's, but whatever. First person this week sit your ass down is me, Sam McClain.
You want to sit
Hey, sit your ass down does not discriminate. You say something messed up, you do something messed up, you act in a way. Now, granted, you can listen to this podcast, and you can say, this has been a long time coming. But the reason myself, Sam McClain, is getting sit your ass down, because I did something you shouldn't do on this podcast, and I did last week.
Okay.
Don't you dare, in your heart of hearts, doubt Florida.
Oh my God.
Florida is going to Florida whenever Florida wants to. Last week we had a reprieve from Florida. I was just like, hey, maybe they've learned the error of their ways. Maybe this is the re-up. This is the repercussions, and they're going to be right. Well, Florida answered me by saying, fuck what you thought, and this is now an exclusive. Florida, sit your ass down. So, with that said, Sam McClain, host of the Just Talk with Sam podcast, on a very special Father's Day episode. Man, sit your ass down. I'll never say that again. Now, with that said, I have to ask the good crew here, myself, a very important question. I like asking BK this. I know he at home, he doing his thing. We have infiltrated his house, and I thank him for his hospitality. But I have to ask a very important question.
Ow, girl.
Question I've been asking legitimately every episode except last week.
They sorry.
It's Florida in the house. It's Florida in the house.
Florida stay in the house.
With that said, the first sit your ass down go to Mr. PJ Patterson. PJ Patterson is a Florida man who had to go to trial to claim stand your ground laws against killing iguanas coming to his house. That is a real thing. And that mic works.
I'm over here being.
I know. We're just going to take that mic away from you. We're just going to do that. But PJ Patterson, my man PJ Patterson, has to go to trial on a felony count of animal cruelty because a judge has rejected the stand your ground defense in Florida when he said he beat an iguana to death after it attacked him at his home. The iguana bit him on his arm. Now, prosecutors say the iguana was savagely beat, tormented, tortured, and then killed. the iguana in a half-hour attack that was caught on surveillance video. Prosecutors also said that at no time did the iguana pose a threat.
Oh, well, now that's not nice.
But that's not nice to P.J. Patterson, because P.J. Patterson said he was not only justified in his actions when he kicked a defenseless animal 17 times, causing his death.
Overkill.
The animal control officials say P.J. Patterson tormented the animal, which led to the initial biting in the first place. Patterson public defender wrote that the iguana was the aggressor in this situation.
Is this real?
This is a real
Did
thing.
the iguana bite him?
And came to his house in a threatening manner.
This is a real story though. For real.
Yes. And then attacked Mr. P.J. Patterson.
Does this sound like you making this up as you go?
You got Google like I got Google. Look it up. Bleeding from his bite, P.J. Patterson, quote, kicked the iguana as far as he could, the defense said. P.J. Patterson also believed that the iguana may have injected poison during his bite.
The
All
iguana got
this-
hands and
All
thumbs.
this happened during the fight.
Yes. Now, you heard what I just said, right? Studies show from PETA and animal activists and officials show that iguanas are not poisonous by trade, but typically run when humans approach. Patterson could get up to 5 years in prison if he's convicted, since he went with the plea. Florida. Some stories just sell themselves. P.J. Patterson. Miss Sitchoassdown. You picked a stand your ground law against an iguana. No, in all
How
fairness.
big is this iguana?
Yeah, like it's
Hold up.
seeming like
Guys, hold on, wait. In all fairness,
I got questions.
you can kill an animal that shows up on your property quickly and like in a very swift way, as long as it's humane to that animal when they show up. That's sort of like if you see a fly, you got a fly swatter or anything else. That's fine. But this man went to court and put a stand your ground law against an iguana. P.J. Patterson, man, come on.
The defense. Yes.
Now, we talked about, I'm just moving to the next Sitchoassdown. Now, we talked about Juneteenth. We talked about Father's Day.
Yep.
June also has, National Cookie Day?
Yeah.
But one thing June has is Pride Month.
Oh.
Now, LGBTQ plus
Yep. LGBTQ plus. That's
individuals. I don't know all the letters, so we just say plus. Alexis Talley. We don't discriminate. And Alexis Talley is getting the next Sitchoassdown. If you don't know, Alexis Talley is a Florida woman, because Florida wasn't bullshitting on me. That's why I got my Sitchoassdown. Florida woman was arrested for punching her girlfriend after talking about her ex in her sleep. I want that to marinate with y'all.
That's crazy.
All right, then.
Wait a minute. She was arrested for punching her girlfriend after the girlfriend was saying something about the ex in her sleep.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, that's
She's from Florida too?
Yes. Oh, Florida. Like last week, I talked about Florida and said they learned their way. No, I got to sit your ass down because Florida ain't bullshitting. Police responded to the calls from a neighbor who said they could hear a fight taking place When authorities arrived at the scene, 21-year-old victim said she was awoken by Alexis Talley after she claimed to hear her in her sleep, saying her ex began to punch her viciously
Oh my gosh.
while waking her up.
So she got woke up by being...
Stay with me. You gotta stay with me.
You got it?
The cops noted that she had visible swelling on the right side of her face, consistent with the statement that she claimed.
So sad.
Alexis Talley ended up being arrested on Sunday, June 13th, for domestic battery, maintaining her argument in this case was only verbal. She didn't touch this woman.
Okay, so she said she didn't touch her, but she did say...
You stay with me. You gotta stay with me. You gotta stay with me. You gotta stay with me. I don't want you to sit your ass down too, because this is how I got fucked up. Said it was only verbal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you are seeing from Alexis Talley's girlfriend, she went on to tell officers that the marks on her girlfriend's face was from a fight a week prior to the fight in question that they're investigating,
Okay.
and not the argument that was taking place with police showing up. So let's be saying this.
That was no sense.
Hey guys, I know what you heard because you called the cops on me. I didn't beat her because she was talking about her ex in her sleep this week. I beat her last week, and those marks are still there. You can't convict me for the marks that she's not calling though. Well, Alexis Talley just found out that you can't.
This is a weird
That is some
story.
craziness.
Yeah.
Like, this story is so weird and confusing. Like,
That's why I said, hold on. Alexis Talley is currently in jail awaiting bail right now.
I bet.
So I say to Alexis Talley, come on, but sit your ass down. Now here's what I'm gonna do. Been show off some mics, been doing my thing, but this sit your ass down because I don't channel the spirit of my dad. Next, sit your ass down. Go, Mr. Ronnie O'Neal.
Okay.
All right, guys. I made the executive decision. Turn off your mics for this next sit your ass down. Now, I'll turn them back on when I do it, but I got to go first on this one. Florida's in the house. We've already established that with the last sit your ass down. But I got one more. And I want to dedicate that. I want to give credit to Tasha for bringing this to my attention. We don't go out and look for Florida episodes. We don't look for Florida anything. My man Z, because we on that group chat. I talked about, I may talk about this story. He said, I don't know how you're going to make this funny. I said, man, no, not a shot to y'all or nothing. Y'all did the Bo Schembechler story from University of Michigan. Y'all made that funny. I'm not saying I'm better than y'all, but damn it, I got a lot more runway than y'all on this one. And this next sit your ass down goes to Mr. Ronnie O'Neal from Riverview, Florida. Now, the subject matter itself is nothing to laugh at, but we are a comedy podcast and I specialize in dark humor, so I'll do my best. But Ronnie O'Neal is currently on trial for killing his girlfriend, his 9-year-old special needs daughter, and trying to kill his son. And on top of all of that, the trial started this Monday. And Ronnie O'Neal is his own lawyer. Now here go the jokes. Now we always knew, this Father's Day episode, we all have heard the old saying where a man who is his own lawyer has a fool for a client. Yes. But I look at Ronnie O'Neal, and in the spirit of Father's Day, I want to examine this case. It's been going on for about a week. By the time I'm recording this, it's been going on. So I got a couple clips from this. He clearly needs to sit his ass down, but we're going to find out why. So In the spirit of fatherhood, I thought about some advice, sage advice that my own dad once gave me. One of those things, and let's just see if my man Ronnie listened. One of the things my dad always taught me, always defend yourself. Don't be afraid of some DIY. Do it yourself, and always bet on yourself. Can we play the clip, please? Let's see if Ronnie did that.
And local law enforcement wanted to make it seem like I'm some kind of menace to society. And I ran after killing Kenyatta Barron knowing that authority was on the way to kill my own children. I wonder why I would do something like that for no reason. And I'm standing here competent as can be, representing myself today.
Well, Ronnie, you're trying hard. And you are betting on yourself. But damn it, Ronnie. Let's just jump into this second time. One of the things my dad always taught Sam, try your best and always learn to adapt to the situation you are in. So sometimes my man Ronnie, acting as his own lawyer, he probably watched a couple of those episodes of, was that show on Channel 7? The Good Life, To Life, Good Life, whatever, the lawyer, the guy who went to jail and became a lawyer, him. Well, let's see if Ronnie listens. Can he adapt to the situation he is in?
This is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof. Because originally, it wasn't enough. So we had to tamper with evidence. Since it was such evident already, but we still had to tamper with evidence.
Well, that's a strike two, Ronnie. But, cool. Let me teach you something my dad always told me. To quote the great SEAL, shout out Ike, I know you're listening. How we ever gonna survive unless we get a little crazy? Yes, one of the things my dad always taught me is to take risks. Sometimes you gotta go out on the limb, because that's where your fruit is. That's what my dad said. I'm finna take a sip of Jack Daniels to support that. So, my man Ronnie, out of a double murder, the only person left alive was Ronnie Jr., his son. And Ronnie Jr. came in as a surprise witness, and my man Ronnie wanted to cross-examine. Let's see how that worked out.
How you doing, Ronnie?
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.
And investigators have said that Ronnie O'Neal tried to set his son and their house on fire.
Strike three, Ronnie. Well, Ronnie, let me tell you this. One of the things my dad taught me, sometimes you gotta be humble, and if it's a problem that's too big, you gotta know when to call the professionals. And lastly, and certainly not leastly, Ronnie, my dad taught me this life lesson. One of the most important and one of the greatest gifts that you can give someone is your time. And it looks like, Ronnie, you finna give the state of Florida all of your time that you have left on this earth. Ronnie O'Neal, before I open up to the floor to the people in this room, Ronnie O'Neal, let's sit your ass down. Anybody else got something to say about Ronnie? I'm done. Y'all go ahead.